Welcome, friends. Welcome to another very exciting Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. Reconsider It live stream. You are gonna get some amount of time, some unpredictable amount of time of fiddling around, tinkering with these knobs up here. This is a tinkering with knobs stream, which means hanging out in the studio with yours truly as I tinker with the way these sounds sound. And it's unpredictable exactly how long that's going to take. An hour. Seems like it takes roughly an hour or so. I'll have more bandwidth to interact with chats that come through as well. This is much more of a hangout session than the loops and chill stream, which is much more of a like one song after another. This is much more chill, ironically, despite the name. And right now we are in a warm-up phase. We're in a warm-up phase, hanging out, chilling out to this beat before, or rather, this beat that I made before the stream began. This one is tuned to the key of G. This is the palette that I'm going to be messing with on this stream today. And who knows, if I get through this one quickly, then I might even try to do a second one, question mark? That'd be really efficient. Future me would be pretty happy about that. Future me would be like, yes, you got 2 done, that's so great. But only if I happen to be particularly fast. Friends, here in this warm-up phase, as we chill out to this beat and I think about things that I want to change, which there are a few. There are some things I want to change about these sounds that I'm using in this palette. It's mostly pretty good. Mostly pretty good, I think. But I can already think of a few things I want to tweak, at least a little bit. So I'll be doing that. I'll be launching into that pretty soon. But here in this warm-up phase, my friends, there's one action that you need to complete just to make sure you're setting yourself up for success here on this very exciting Reconsider It live stream. What is that one action? What is the action that you need to take in order to set yourself up for success here on this Reconsider It live stream? Grab yourself a drink. I got some water. I'm gonna grab my water right now. Grab yourself a drink, my friends. We're gonna do a warm-up cheers. This is gonna be really good. I got my water right here. Got it right here, my friends. And I'm gonna count to 3. And on 3, I'm going to clink. I'm gonna clink the camera. And you get to have this very nice, warm experience of knowing that all the rest of us are also doing it with you at the same time. Here we are in our union of minds. And you get to be part of that right now in the warm-up cheers. Just a practice one. We're just getting used to it. Just getting the, getting the blood flowing a little bit. So here comes, my friends. I'm going to count up to 3, and then we're going to do the clink. Comes really seems like this. 1. After 1, you already know. You already kind of feeling good about this and confident. 2. That's good. That's really good. You're feeling good about this. I like that. But my friends, that after 2, of course, comes your favorite. It's 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Boy, that was really good. That was really good. That was a good warm-up cheers. I am feeling pretty warm-up cheersed right now, which is really, really good. That's a good sign. That portends well. This is all going to go really well today here on this stream. I like it. That's very good. Now, friends, of course, this beat that I was just playing, this is the one that I'm going to start with, or not start with, but this is the one that I intend to be the content of this stream today. I have this beat that I built up in the in the key of G. Built up already in the key of G. I built this before the stream began. And then be taking apart the different pieces, bass line, the, different synth layers and things. Taking them apart, thinking do I like them as they are? Do I want to change something? And I'm going to start with the bass. As it is, I think the bass sounds pretty good. Generally, my test for my Tinker with Knob streams, which, by the way, if you are new to the Reconsider It live stream, welcome, you made it. This is a very good decision deciding to join today. But my regulars know that when I do these Tinkering with Knob streams, playing with the sounds, like I'm gonna go to this one next. I have some thoughts about this one already too. It's pretty good. But when I do these Tinkering with Knobs streams, when I have a given input instrument that I feel is at a point that I'm happy with, I test it by destroying the current one. Oh my god, it's gone already. Oh, that was so fast. So I destroyed the previous bass line, since I think I'm ready with the bass line. And now my task is I'm going to make another bass line randomly and see am I happy with the bass or not, or do I want to tweak it? So let's see. So my assessment of that bass is I think it's a little too loud because of my performance of it. But I still think the instrument itself sounds good. So my plan is as follows. I'm going to just redo the bass again. And this time I'm not going to put in the same thing I did this time or the previous time, which made it so loud. I'm going to record more of a normal bass line, keeping all these other layers in. I'm going to let them influence me on this bass line that I randomly come up with. But I'm going to perform it in a way that is not quite as loud. And see if I really am still good with how the bass line sounds. Or do I want to tweak it? I think I'm happy with it, but let's make sure. Yeah. So I think I am, in fact, happy with the bass. I think it sounds good. One of the things that I always say I do, and then I follow through on the fact that I say I do by doing it, and now will presently demonstrate, is talking to you a little bit about what I'm doing in the loopers themselves. If you are a 505 person, you know the loopers, you want to try out some of the stuff I'm doing. So like this thing I'm doing here. That's just a beat repeat that I'm doing on my drums. And my drums are in the lower looper, which is separate from the upper looper. The upper looper is where you have anything melodic, bass, this like echoey, I don't know what you'd call it, layer. Very echoey, reverby layer. Anyway, it's melodic, it's tuned to a key. As opposed to the drums, which are not tuned to a key. So I'm throwing a beat repeat as my point. I'm throwing a beat repeat down here on the drum looper. And that's what I call that stutter effect. Which is pretty nice. In any case, I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty happy with the bass. I'm not surprised. I am in the final leg, the final range here. The final wing. my palettes. And it is in the upper wing here, or the final stretch rather, of the palettes that have seen a few rounds of evolution. So I'm not surprised at the bass. I'm feeling pretty okay with it. It's probably been through 3 or 4 rounds, or maybe less, maybe more. In any case, we have this other layer here, this one now. Which I'm not thrilled with entirely. So even though this has been through many rounds of revisions, I still have some feedback. I'm gonna see if I can play with this a bit. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it. Part of what I dislike might be in the performance of it, less so than the instrument itself. Maybe I just don't like the way I did it here on this song. But I do have at least one idea. One idea of something that I want to mess with a little bit in this instrument in order to maybe improve the sound. So I'm going to erase the previous ones. Oh man, that was so fast. I got rid of the old ones. Oh no. So now I'm going to mess around with the sounds here. And again, for those of you who are into the 505 details, you want to know like what exactly am I doing over here. By the way, in addition to doing the very exciting cheers moments, which we had the practice one, which was really good, we will have a for real cheers moment, official cheers moment coming up pretty soon. I've also got some pomegranate arils, or arils, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I got those right here. I'm gonna take a mouthful of these. Do you like pomegranates? I'm going to mess around with that sound. That's now from these 2 layers that I just erased so hastily. I may have a pomegranate seed caught in my teeth. We'll see if it untooths itself. Which it might. If not, I'm going to take a brief respite. Get some floss. It'll be really, really good. You would rate it very high in the entertainment category. So let's see, my friends. This instrument that I just deleted, or rather the instrument for the layers that I just deleted, I do have an idea of where to start. I'm going to reduce some of the echo. I think that's part of what the problem is, or delay, or whatever the proper name for it is. I think some of that's a little too heavy. So I'm going to start there and keep playing with the instrument, see what I think of that. I'm going to bring in the other layers as well so that I get something to work within, because I always keep the instruments, to the best of my ability, I keep the instruments balanced within the whole landscape, or soundscape rather. So let's do it. I'm going to play around with this, get some new levels, see what I think of it. So some 505 details once again. The way that this instrument is built up, the ones that I'm messing around with right now, which again, for total clarity, or if you joined us right as I was messing around with there, the sound that I'm playing around with right now is the following. Let me do it right now. So that's the instrument that I'm playing around with. And I've already changed a fair amount, so let's begin with what even it's built up from. It's built up from 4 elements as always, as all of my layers are. It is built from a synthesizer fed into electric, which is the auto tuner. Once again, I make no claims regarding my capacity to sing. I am not good at singing. I do not have a good singing voice. What you hear in the loopers, being all nice and melodic, that comes from looper magic, not me being a good singer. Just to be very clear about that. In any case, this layer that I'm working on, synthesizer fed into the electric, which is the auto tuner, then fed into modular delay, I assume. That's the one that I felt needed attention, and then it all gets fed into an EQ, which I still need to look into. Synth, electric, mod, delay, EQ. But the thing that I changed already, and I'm not done yet, I'm still gonna go mess with it. The thing I changed already was that the mod delay had, what was the setting that was very high? The feedback. I want to say the depth as well, but I'm not sure if I tweaked that one. But the feedback was pretty high. It was set to 60, which I'm not sure exactly what that is, question mark? 60 milliseconds? I really don't know. But I took it down to 23. Sounds a bit better now. The maximum wet is, pushing the limit, but that's good for a maximum wet. And then I can control how much of that I want to have in there. So that's the first thing I messed with. The time also I messed with. It was set to something either too slow or a little irregular. And so I set it to something nice and normal, which is a dotted eighth note. Also in the modular delay, or mod delay, I don't know for sure it's modular. The low cut, which means how much high end, low end, was set pretty set to setting that allowed for a lot of low end to be in there. So there was too much feedback and it was too low end and muddled and such. So I took a lot of that out. That's what I've modified so far, and I think it was already a good improvement. That was the main thing, I think, that was kind of like to my ear. But there's more to mess with. I also messed with the high end a little bit. Or did I? Because it's right now, what was it, 3? 3.15 kilohertz. I forget if I changed it, but it was alright, kind of at that level-ish. It was roughly there before, if it wasn't exactly there. There's still other things I want to mess with, including the synth itself. I think there's room there to change kind of some of its sounds, and also the EQ that it all gets passed into in the end. There's room in both of those to, you know, keep messing with the sound. So I'm gonna get into that. I think I'm gonna have some more of my pomegranates as well. If you've got some pomegranates, I encourage you to have those. It's gonna be really good. I also have a banana over there, which I might have at some point during the stream. We'll see. But I'm gonna go off the mic and I'm gonna go on to the instrument that I'm messing with. I'm gonna mess with the synth sounds, the EQ sounds that I got it going through. Ultimately, I'm gonna record some new layers, see what I think of those. I'll come back and talk about it. Let's do it. Crest Head is in the place. Dropping in, just say hi. What it is, Crest Head. Thank you for dropping in to say hi, my man. Symptoms of reality also coming in here, but I'm lurking. I'm with it. I'm with it. That's a good use of your connection with this stream. So to get you caught up on some of what I'm doing here, I am indeed messing with that synth some more. There wasn't much actually, just getting into 505 details. If you don't have a 505 and you don't get into these details, you get to enjoy the very wonderful music and just think about like, oh wow, that sounds complicated. It's not that complicated. Some effects are complicated, but at least the way I use it, I'm kind of simple the way I use my loopers. Some people are real artists with the way they use their loopers. You used to see some of these like literally professional loop artists using their 505. Man, they do so much with it. Any case, my synth, literally it's called a synth. That's why I just call it that. That's the name of the instrument going in. It's a synth. I moved, I think, the resonance down a little bit. I'm not sure what it was before, but it's at 1 now. So it's a little better. The resonance is just like the brightness of it, effectively. I see Cresshead says that you have a 505. MK1, you have the lower one down here. That's what I have. This is an MK1 on the bottom and an MK2 on the top. The MK1 has a lot of features that are good for what I use it for at the bottom, the percussion, whereas the MK2 is good for everything that has a melody element to it, everything that's like melodic, the bass line, the lead instruments, anything that has a tone, a tuning. I like the MK2 for that stuff. So in any case, I was messing around with this synth layer. Didn't change that much from what it was before in the literal just synth aspect itself, which is the A button, I guess, where everything is built upon. The mod delay that I was messing with earlier, I left that as it was last time I talked to you, last time we checked in. Cresshead says, it's 2 a.m., I'm about to go to sleep, but I saw you were live. Yeah, I know that for my UK friends, it's currently, what is it? I guess you just told me it's 2 a.m. Thank you for being here for the time you have been able to be here, which is really good. So again, I'm going to go back to this synth instrument. The mod delay was good as I had it. The EQ I went and started messing with a little bit. That also I felt was in kind of an okay spot. But I did take down some of the high end in it so that it'll clash less with the other more lead instruments, because this one is meant to be a very, let's say, supporting. It's meant to play a supporting role. So I wanted to take out some of the high end so it clashes less with the rest of the stuff. And I tweaked a few settings here and there. Even some of its low end I took out a bit so it doesn't clash too much with the bass. Usually I use this to follow the bass. Moser says, I'm here as well. Not in the chat, but I'm hanging out with some kiddos. Nice. I will take that as a cue to keep my content family friendly. Which should be pretty easy because usually my content is family friendly. Although I might curse here or there. I don't usually do that, but I might once in a while. I'm gonna go back to this synth layer that I'm messing around with. I think it's ready to record, ? So I'm gonna bring in all the layers. I'm gonna try to match it in melodically and see what I think about how it, fits in. Am I happy with it? Do I want to keep messing with it? So let's see. Let me throw in this synth layer, my friends. Let's see what I think of it, what it sounds like. Does it fit in well with all the other layers? So, here's what I think. Both of what I've recorded here represent different ways of using this instrument. They both are the same instrument. Me just performing differently. And I think for each one of them I'm pretty happy. For each one of those, I'm pretty happy, I think. But this is what I'm building up to. I don't think they go together. And for this song, for the rest of the layers that I have in and everything, I think I like this one better. This one fits the rest of what's going on here. Fits that better. So I'm gonna erase this other one, and I'm gonna redo a complement, because this is one of the layers that I always do a complement for. They're literally balanced left and right, but they're also meant to be some kind of melodic or harmonic complement in whatever clumsy way I can, as somebody who cannot sing. So let me go back to using this instrument, and I'm gonna make something that complements this layer here, using the same instrument, just like a couple notes off, a couple tones off, create some kind of harmonic. See, Cresshead is formally, officially signing off. Thank you for being here, my dude. If you were lingering around just to hear me sign you off as well, you are released. Thank you for being here. It was good having you. So I still got to do this complementary layer here. And I think I have an idea what I'm going to play around with. So let me switch back. I'm going to switch off the speaking mic and go back to the synth mic. Play around with this one. Let's do it. So, you know, that is a lot better. That fits together. At least for this song, the way that I'm doing it now. But frankly, probably for other ways that I would use this palette in the future. So that was a good move, I think. So right now I'm thinking about these layers right now, the bass and this additional, whatever you'd call it, kind of semi-muted echoey layer. I think I got a nice harmonic in there. At this point, I think I'm happy with both of those. I just remade both of them. The bass layer and this semi-muted harmonic-y echoey layer, and I'm still happy with them. So now there's the other two. There's the other two. Then can we do those other two? Are we brave enough? I think we can probably do it. Alright, here's what I think of it initially. This was the first take, this was the one I made before the stream began. It's not the one that's being continually evolved. But my thought process right now is that it's pretty good, but a little too echoey. A little too echoey. So I'm gonna, when I re-perform it, I'm gonna make sure that I take down the delay or whatever I have on it. Let's see, what is this one? Looks like a reverse delay. Reverse delay I have on this. I'm gonna take that down a bit. Otherwise, it's got a slicer on it as well. I think I'm gonna change the way that slicer sounds. I think it's a little too... not exactly sparse. Is it a triplet? It is a triplet. Yeah, I don't want it to be on a triplet. I'm going to change it to an eighth note, see what I think about that when I mess around with this sound here, which I'll do presently. But overall good. I think if I just take the delay down a little bit, it should be in pretty good shape. Speaking of taking things down a little bit, it's pretty hot in here. I had the furnace up a bit. So please enjoy some nice looped goodness while I briefly go take down the heat a little bit. I'll be right back. Turn down the thermostat a little bit. I can't turn down the thermostat on these really hot beats. These fire beats, though. Sorry about that. They're just so fire. So again, this is the sound I'm messing with. I'm going to be taking down the delay. Also, the slicer I'm changing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how it's constructed using 505 jargon. This one also is built out of a synth, so I got to be careful that it doesn't clash with the other ones. These here. That's why I had to put on so much EQ on these, so that they don't clash with this other one. Which they kind of do a little. I manage that in part with volume levels, but I'm also going to be messing with that right now as I mess with this sound here. This one that is still my current one. So again, just to talk about in 505 jargon exactly what I'm going to be messing with here. It's built out of a synth. Once again, that's why I have to be careful it doesn't clash with the other one. Synth passed into the electric, which is the auto-tune thing. Then it's passed through a slicer. A step slicer to be precise. And it was set to quarter note triplets, or triplet quarter notes. How do you say that? I think you say triplet quarter notes. I changed that as well. I changed that to be eighth notes, which I think will work better. My regulars know that I often talk about that as being a core thing. That I often set my palettes to. I avoid triplets. And slicers and delays. Not entirely. Out of my 23 palettes, probably 2 or 3 of them have some triplets somewhere in there. But most of them, I avoid triplets since that's really sensitive to the exact beat I make. Friends, I am once again having some of that stomach issues. As I had on a previous stream, which made me have to sit down, which I did now. I wonder if it was something I ate. Seems like a reasonable conclusion. I'm gonna chill here for a moment. If necessary, I think I might shut down the stream while I play with the beat outside of the stream later after I lay down a bit. Friends, I believe I indeed going to call the stream at this time. I'm having some stomach issues. This happened a month or two ago on the stream as well. Maybe I need to be more careful with something. In any case, I am going to sign off with the stream right now, my friends. I am going to continue with this palette because it still needs to be evolved. I might do that off camera, or I might pick up with the stream again, maybe tomorrow or something. Thank you for being here, my friends. I will see you soon. Please have a good rest of your day.